Welcome to day 4 of Mayformakers. Today we'll be talking about the Welcome to day 4 of Mayformakers, and today we'll be talking about the proudest piece. Since I started making, there are a lot of different projects which I thought I could never finish but actually did in the end, and I am very proud of them. Mostly include leatherworking, which is something that I thought I would never be able to do. And in fact, nowadays I find myself doing more leatherworking than anything else. But there are some other projects which I am very proud to have made. A couple of friends of mine wanted me to make key blades for them, so I made them. I believe it was last year or the year before. And basically it was something that I didn't download online. It was something that I worked off reference, of course, but at the end of the day I 3D modeled the parts. I used PVC pipes, I used foam, and basically I finished the prop entirely on my own, which was quite interesting and quite a proud moment in my maker life. Another prop which I am very proud to have made is this Eye of Agamotto. Now, the Eye of Agamotto itself is not my design. This is something which I downloaded off Thingiverse, I believe, or My Mini Factory, either one. I'll have a link in the description. But I am very proud to have modified it and painted it the way I did, because I remember that this was the very first piece which I thought I wanted to make realistic, and I also wanted to have a gem inside. This was the first piece which distinguished a step in my prop making and making life, career, if you will. And basically it was taking a model which was made by someone else and improving upon it to make it look a little bit more realistic. Now obviously it's not just about the paint job, which I'm very proud of as well, but I'm also proud of the gem on the inside. The gem is basically 3D modeled. I 3D modeled the gem. I made a silicone mold for it and cast it in resin, but while it was hardening the resin, while it was curing, I put an LED in it so I could put a circuit in and basically have it light up just like in the movie. So I am very happy with that, and honestly it is one of my proudest pieces, and I always show it off to my friends, or whenever I'm talking about a prop making conversation or something like that, this always comes up because it's such a proud piece in my collection, and it sits obviously on my prop wall. Another proud moment in my making career, one of my proudest pieces, are these leather bracers. There's nothing particularly special about them, except that the design is completely original, it's completely my own. It is definitely inspired by the Witcher universe, of course, the wolf, that is where the wolf comes from, but first of all, the logo is something that I hand-drawn myself, which is something I never thought I could do. I am definitely not an artist in that regard. But it also shows a milestone in using different materials for leather working and using multiple dyes on the same project, which is something that I had never done before. Now, when we're talking about material, we're talking about vegetable tanned leather, we're talking about carving it and basically dyeing it in different colors. I think I would like to go back and give it a proper resist and maybe some antique on top to give it a little bit more depth. I think that would be really nice. But I also used this fake wolf fur. This is something that I used in the past in my costume, and I riveted it using brass rivets which match the rest of my attire and costume for the Witcher live action roleplay. Finally, I never used to like laces at the back of a bracer because they're just inconvenient to close, but I think on this piece it made sense to have laces rather than buckles, which would have been a little bit bulkier and would have taken more space on the bracers, you know, taking away from the general aesthetic. So all in all, I am very happy with how these bracers came out. I'm very, very proud of them and how they came looking, and they set the tone for the rest of my costume. So all the belts that I've made, all the scabbards and you know, sword frogs and the gambeson in general, they started off this look from the bracers. So I'm very happy with that. So yeah, 2 of my proudest accomplishments. So yeah, basically that's it, but mostly I'm working on leatherworking recently, so most of my proud accomplishments would be related to leatherworking. We'll see in the future what other projects I come up with. And obviously I think part of being a maker is encountering the challenges in a project and finding a solution to go around them or to overcome them and find an innovative way of making something which you thought that you never could do before. So yeah, I hope this gives a little bit of courage to everyone who's faced problems in the past dealing with a project, with a particularly tricky one. You can do it. Thank you for joining me for day 4 of Mayformakers. I'll keep you updated on the next consecutive days. And as always, stay safe and keep making.